split the money, with Abdul Rahman and Ahmed bringing their share home. Their father had passed away the year before, and their mother was of fragile health and mind, so all funds they earned fishing went toward the welfare of the house they shared with 10 siblings. Abdul Rahman and Ahmed didn't care much about the money, though. They would have done it for free. 34 years later, and thousands of miles west, Abdul Rahman Zeitoun was in bed on a Friday morning, slowly leaving the moonless Jable night, a tattered memory of it caught in a morning dream. He was in his home in New Orleans, and beside him he could hear his wife Kathy breathing, her exhalations not unlike the shushing of water against the hull of a wooden boat. Otherwise, the house was silent. He knew it was near 6 o'clock, and the peace wouldn't last. The morning light usually woke the kids once it reached their second-story windows. One of the 4 would open his or her eyes, and from there the movements were brisk, the house quickly growing loud. With one child awake, it was impossible to keep the other 3 in bed. Kathy woke to a thump upstairs, coming from one of the kids' rooms. She listened closely, praying silently for rest. Each morning there was a delicate period, between 6 and 6:30, when there was a chance, however remote, that they could steal another 10 or 15 minutes of sleep. But now there was another thump, and the dog barked, and another thump followed. What was happening in this house? Kathy looked to her husband. He was staring at the ceiling. The day had roared to life. The phone began ringing, today as always, before their feet hit the floor. Kathy and Zeitoun, most people called him by his last name because they couldn't pronounce his first, ran a company, Zeitoun A Painting Contractor, LLC, and every day their crews, their clients, everyone with a phone and their number, seemed to think that once the clock struck 6:30, it was appropriate to call. And they called. Usually there were so many calls at the stroke of 6:30 that the overlap would send half of them straight to voicemail,